Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid preview. This is the preview to Real Madrid versus Real Betis. Match day 4 of La Liga. Yet again, we're here saying the same thing as we did for the preview against Real Valladolid. We need the bounce back. And I think, similarly to that game, we are going to get it. But I think it's going to be a lot different. It's certainly going to be a lot harder than Real Valladolid, because Real Betis are a top 7 side, I would say. They're definitely in the mix for European football. But after the start to the season that Real Madrid have had, and then you compare it to a Barcelona who have just beaten Real Valladolid 7-0. Like, what the hell? And they're 4 from 4, they're playing beautiful football, they're scoring goals for fun, they're winning games most importantly. And you compare it to Real Madrid. This is a side that a few months ago, and we are talking like 2 months ago, won the Champions League. But the way that we played, the identity was there. And not a lot has changed in the last 2 months, especially in the window. A couple of signings, a couple of departures, but not a whole lot. Not major changes, I would say. In fact, the biggest change is obviously Mbappe coming in, and that should be a real positive. So why isn't it just clicking? Why isn't it just working out? Why isn't it, going the way that it should be, and we think it should be going? And that is a problem that personally I don't think you can answer. I don't think there is really just a, that's the problem. There are definitely different factors to consider, but I don't think there's a singular problem that we can really, put our hands and say that's the problem. I think it's really unfair if you are a fan and you say, I think that this player is the problem, because I don't think there's an individual who is the problem. But enough of saying bounce back, because we're gonna get that victory, we're gonna win, we're gonna go for the international break, which is gonna be 2 weeks ish. We're gonna come back, and then you're gonna have to go away to Real Sociedad, and if you don't perform there, what's the plan? What is the plan? Because you can't always rely on winning at home. You've got 19 home games a season. If you somehow win all, you still have only 57 points. Right? That's not good enough. So, and I'm not saying we'll lose every away game. I'm not making it sound that exaggerative, but I'm just saying you have to be winning almost every game. Really. And even the performance haven't been great. If you perform well, but you're unlucky, or you just weren't clinical or good enough, fair enough. But the first 2 away games of the season, against Mallorca, and against who did even play last time out? Las Palmas, of course, were absolutely shocking. So obviously there's that, but a lot of problems that we saw defensively has been pretty poor. Look, I thought Fran Garcia stepped in and played pretty well, and he probably deserves the opportunity, but I do think Mendy will retain that spot simply because he's overall a better player, a more well-rounded player, so he will probably play. But the defense was overall pretty shocking. You know, the two center backs, Rudiger and Militao, you expect a lot better from them. The midfield, it's been very weird because I thought Fede Valverde in the first two of the first three games was incredible. And then Chouameni has been mid. He's not been bad, but he hasn't been good either. The other midfield spot, it's been question marks. It was Bellingham to start the season off, and then we saw Arda Güler against Real Madrid, and then we saw Modric, right? So we have no clue who's gonna play in that role, and the talking point is the front line. It was Vini, Mbappe, Rodrigo, as we would expect, but it just hasn't clicked. It just hasn't clicked. Particularly, a lot of the attention is on Mbappe. Look, we all say the same thing. He needs time to adapt. He needs time to adjust. And I think his time will come. But it's kind of getting impatient, isn't it? It's kind of that we need Mbappe to perform now. Because we know the levels that Mbappe can hit and achieve. We know what kind of a player he is. So it's the impatience that we have that hopefully he can quickly just click. And I think he will definitely click. And you look at the first few games, he has the opportunities. But my big problem with him, with Vini sometimes, is look, you get the ball, you can't be thinking about yourself every time. Pass the ball. That's what I want to see. Pass the ball. And that's gonna quickly become a problem if after 10 games this season we still see the same problem and we're not winning games because of it. Last season, no Mbappe, we had Bellingham as the false nine. He is an unselfish player. He's willing to make the run, track back, help win the ball back, make passes, when he needs to, unselfish play. And that's how you win as a team. And that's how we won the league and the Champions League. Now, I'm not saying Mbappe is the problem, but I'm saying, as of now, he has this habit of thinking he's the man. And I'm saying there is no such thing at Real Madrid. You are not going to get anywhere if you think you are the man. And many players have come, and many players have failed, thinking that way. Even Cristiano Ronaldo, he was never that selfish player. He never always, just decided, I'm going to do it. I'm going to, make that run. I'm going to get the ball. I'm going to dribble. I have an option to pass. Nah, let's try to maybe get an opportunity myself. Never. So for Mbappe, Ancelotti has to go to him and say, when you have the ball, you have to look up, look sideways, look to your left, look to your right for options. Same goes for Vini, same goes for Rodrigo, same goes for anyone. It's not specifically to Mbappe. But as of now, a lot of the times you watch Mbappe play, that's what you see. He doesn't look to make a pass, he goes for it alone, he misses, he doesn't get past the defender, whatever. It is a waste of opportunity. Simple. Now let's talk about Real Betis. Because this side, as I said earlier on, they are a pretty decent side. They're certainly a side that will be competing for the top 7 spot. As of now, they're 16th, but they've only played 2 games. Because their game last time out against Getafe, I believe, was suspended. I have no idea why. But that got suspended. Or postponed. Let me see if I can find a reason why. Okay, I can't actually find a reason why, but yeah, they are 16th. They've drawn both their games so far. They got a draw at home to Girona and a draw away from home to Alaves. So it's not the greatest of starts, but they've been able to hang on. They've got some very decent players. Now look, they've got, if I'm not wrong, Isco is still at the club. They've got Vitor Roque from Barcelona. They've got Bellerin. They've got Abde. They've got Johnny Cardoso. Has he left? Nah. They've got Cedric Bakambu, Lorente, Marc Bartra, of course, Ricardo Rodriguez, a few players from the past, William Carvalho, Pablo Fornals, Marc Roca, Juanmi. Yeah, these are some players that you'll probably remember. Nabil Fekir has left for a Qatari team, I think, so that's a bit of a bonus in terms of, that player. So I think this game is probably going to be a win. I don't see how it's not. But my concern is the same problems we're going to face. Defensively, look, sometimes Real Madrid get caught up, but I'm looking at the forward and I'm thinking Vini, Mbappe, can we see something? Can we see passes? Can we see unselfishness? I'm still thinking about that. But let me go through my starting 11 that I would go with. The back five, practically the same, right? Courtois, Mendy, Rudiger, Militao, Carvalho. No changes. In such a game, Real Betis will get opportunities, so you don't want to really be playing around with Fran Garcia or Lucas Vazquez. You could start Fran Garcia, you could, but is there a need to? I don't see it. The midfield, I've got Tchouaméni. Look, we need a solid game from Tchouaméni to redeem himself. Fede Valverde has been probably one of the better players this season. Might be the best. Out of the team, I thought so far this season, a few stand out. Courtois certainly has had a couple of good moments as well. Valverde, I thought Brahim Diaz looked really great when he came on against Real Valladolid. Endrick as well. But yeah, Valverde, and I would start Modric to balance on the midfield. No Arda Güler, please. He can't do that role. And what happens is, if Arda Güler starts and Rodrigo starts, Rodrigo goes to the left, Arda Güler has to cover for him on the right, which leaves two men in the midfield. Then my attack, simple. Vini and Mbappe will start, for sure, but I want to see unselfishness. I want to see the team play. I want to see better football. Not individually, but as a collective team. And Vini has been okay this season. He's been okay. But the creativity, I would say, is still there. But the finishing is a bit meh. And the problem has been, if Vini gets closed down, he would think, I'm going to try to do it by myself. And he ends up not being able to do anything anyways. Whereas he could have made a pass somewhere else. Same with Mbappe. Mbappe gets the ball, he gets closed down, nothing he could do. And then he determines to do it himself, but he doesn't be able to do it. So, yeah. But then I would start Brahim Diaz, because I thought he has been one of the better players so far this season. And Rodrigo is probably just going to go on to the left again. And that's my biggest problem here. My problem is 3 players who like to play on the left side of their attack. 3 players holding the left side of their attack. Centrally, no one. Right hand side, no one. What happens? A midfielder has to go on the right to cover. And that is probably going to be Arda Güler if he starts. If not, it's going to be Fede Valverde. So, I don't want any of that. Unless Rodrigo can guarantee he ain't going to move out of that spot. Or else, what's the point in having 3 left wingers? There's no point. Now, score predictions, look. I'm going to go Real Madrid 2, Real Betis 1. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. But let me know what thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the notification, subscribe to us on early, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.